The scribes and the Pharisees went to Jesus, asking him for a sign. They said, "Teacher, we wish to see a sign from you." And he said to them in reply, "An evil and unfaithful generation seeks a sign, but no sign will be given it except the sign of Jonah the prophet." Let's try to understand that. Evil and unfaithful generation. Some translations use the word adulterous. And what does that mean? The adulterer always knows who his or her spouse is. It's not like in the middle of the day you suddenly forget who's my spouse, who's my husband or my wife. In other words, any sign that will be given will not be accepted because that person uh, who, despite knowing who his or her spouse is, chooses to have an adulterous affair, in this case, turning away from God, having a life of sin, no sign will ever do. In other words, the sign will have to do more than identifying the person. It has to be about recovering the meaning of the relationship. And what is the sign of Jonah if we'll dig deeper? It's also about Jonah telling the town of Nineveh that God will destroy them. And they repented. They refound their meaning, the meaning of their relationship with God. And Jesus mentions the queen who went to Solomon looking for wisdom. She was not an Israelite, but she went there to find meaning. Brothers and sisters, we know who Jesus is. As Catholics, as Christians, we know that Jesus is God. But the question really is not whether Jesus is the Messiah or whether he is God, because we know that. The question is, do we know our relationship with him? Do we know how much love we ought to be giving him? It's not who he is, but it is what our relationship is with him.